Welcome YouTube preppers, new and old. What's going on, y'all? It's the other half of the two RBG preppers. This is Brother Red, getting ready to give you his perspective, my perspective on the food storages and how we're going to do this. First off, I want to talk about my reasons for prepping, my food storage. You know, it all comes back down to me being confident of economic collapse. Some people are storing for different reasons, but mine is mainly because I'm anticipating the economic collapse, and even more so the coming hyperinflation on the food that's going to be part of that. And you know, my research tells me that when it does hit the fan, and it is, if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to get it. So I'm getting mine now. So we're going to start talking about how I'm doing it, and you know, some of my technique that I use in my food preparations. Let's start off at how and when. When I go to the store to pick up my resources, when I do my normal grocery shopping, and by the way, I do mine for the family. Whenever I go, I make a double purchase. If I need, you know, a can of corn, then I get a case of corn. If I need anything, it's just, you know, I just double up on it all the time. So let's get in here, let's show you what's going on, and then we're going to go into a little detail, and we're going to start to make it happen here. Let's talk about my basic fundamentals, the things that are just mandatory. You know, it's because we're going to be under a lot of stress, I'm going to have to say that my cereals is a basic fundamental, mostly because you can eat them dry if necessary, and you will still get all your supplemental nutrition to make it happen for you. Secondly, my energy food, that would be my peanut butter. That's one of my prized possessions there. You can make that happen straight out of the can, or bottle for that matter. Then, you know, I got my grits, I got my oatmeal, I got my rice, I have my sugars, we got my salts, all the basic fundamentals that you have to have. So now, you say, well, all this stuff is cool, but you know, how long is it all going to last? Because that's very important, because you know, I always tell everybody, you need a minimum of 6 months of food preparations. Well, what I think I have right now, and what you're looking at is probably about 4 to 5 months of it, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is just the pantry. I've got food stored all over the house. Every closet is full of food and water supplies, and we'll get into water. I'll let you see that in another video. Everything on the shelf has a shelf life of at least a year from now. When you go to the stores, you want to make sure that the things you're grabbing off the shelf have a longer shelf life on it, because a lot of the things they put on sale, you know, shelf life on it is 3-4 months from now. That's why they're putting it on sale, because they need to get rid of it. So you have to watch out for that. Most of the things that I'm buying here is easy. It's called, you know, it's grabbing carry kind of things. You know, if I need to hit the door, if I need to just grab stuff and throw it in my breakout bag, you know, I can make that happen with the type of foods that I have stored. So you want to think about the easy preparation stuff. So let's say you got kids. What if you're not around? And how are your kids going to feed themselves? They're going to need easy foods. And so you want to take that into considerations when you're making it happen. So now we're looking at spices. We're looking at some of my basic staples. And here's something that most people are not thinking about, is your bouillons. Things that you can just add, you know, you add your bouillons to your water and throw in your vegetables, and now you got a nice soup. You know, your sugars, your garlics, your spices. You know, it's all mandatory. It's all mandatory. So let's keep it moving. All right, now we're looking at some of those comforts, some of those comfort foods. I got my stores of honey. We got my stores of tea. We have my protein for after the burnouts, you know, like shed a little secret, working on that bunker. You know, you need to replenish those. You need to replenish them proteins that you're burning up. We have what I call comforts. We got the milk chocolate for the kids, and also we got creamer. Now, I'm not really big on coffee, but I've got coffee stored because I'm looking at using it to barter. And of course, they're going to want their cream to go with it. And something that this is a must-have is you're looking at the storage bags. You can always use the storage bags to break down your portions into smaller amounts and still keep them secure and fresh. You know, make it happen from there. Now, I want to point out something here. Knife sharpener. Now, I'm kind of opening up a door for another video, which we're going to get into that too. But you also want to have your knife sharpener so that you can keep your knives sharp, and that goes for your cooking knives as well as your defense knives. But that's a whole nother video, so we're going to get into that later. So like I said, if you noticed, I've just showed you what's in my kitchen. Now, psychologically, especially if you have kids, they're going to see what's available, and they're going to want to use it. So we work on the principle of out of sight, out of mind. That's why I have a lot of my food storage in different rooms. Like I said, I have things stored under beds. I have things stored in every closet, and then even in my walk-in closet for my personal room, it is lined with food supplies. And so this is what you got to do, people. So this is just some of the things that I'm doing, I'm sharing with you, and hopefully, you know, you can use it as a guideline to get your things together. And you know, let's get ready for the next video, because that's what we're doing here. We're trying to help people as much as we can. And I'm gonna leave you on my regular note. Don't call me crazy. Before you call me crazy, do your research.